How many categories of JSP elements are there? 3. What is first one? Scripting elements. Second one, directives. Third one, actions. How many scripting elements are there? 4. What are those? Scriptlets, declarations, expressions, comments. That is over. And how many directives are there? 3. What are those? Page directive, include directive, tag lib directive. In a page directive, first one you are learning, page directive. How many attributes over? 6 attributes over. What is first one? Language. Second one, import. Third one, buffer. Fourth one, auto flush. Fifth one, error page. Sixth one is error page. See, those examples I'll explain. Suppose it is arithmetic.html. Arithmetic.html. In this program, arithmetic application. Arithmetic.html. Here, arithmetic application. Here, what I'll do is first number I'll enter. First number, second number. Okay. First number, second number. Here, submit, reset. Submit, reset. If I click on submit button, here, arithmetic.jsp. Arithmetic.jsp. Here, one number will enter. Here will enter one number. Here, what I'll do is I'll write like this. Page directive, error page equal to error.jsp. I'll write. Okay. Here, first number I'll accept. Second number I'll accept. I'll display division of that number. If any problem occurred, control jumps to error message, error page, error.jsp. If control, when it will transfer, if exception occurs. If exception occurs. Here, one user-friendly error message I'll write. Here, what I'll do is, it is error page. Page is error page equal to true. Okay. Here, user-friendly error message I'll write. Here, it is task code. It is task code. Here, user-friendly error message. User-friendly error message. Now, what will happen if exception occurs? This output displayed. Okay. Write this one. So yesterday concept only. Yesterday concept only. Program I'll show you. If exception occurs, error.jsp executed. If exception is not occurred, that output only displayed. Leader arithmetic.html, arithmetic.jsp, error.jsp. So arithmetic.html here. If you enter first number, second number, when you click submit button, first number, second number will enter, click submit button, it will receive. It is executed. This output displayed. If exception occurs, this program executed. So this error.jsp program executed if exception occurs in arithmetic.jsp. Otherwise not executed. That is yesterday given complete. Okay. Is it completed? One HTML, two JSP programs we are trying. One HTML, two JSP programs. See. Say right click, new HTML, arithmetic.html. Next, finish. Here, BG color text. No, center. Now, first level 1 heading, underline text, arithmetic application. Now, form tag required. Form, is it confidential data? No. So you can continue get action. Action equal to arithmetic dot JSP. Okay. Now year, first number, input type equal to text, name, something first, line break, second number, again input type equal to text, name equal to second, line break, one more line break, input type equal to submit, input type equal to reset. It is just HTML. Okay. Now if I run this program, say right click, run as server, save, select the server, next, finish. It is just arithmetic.html displayed, but we have tried arithmetic.jsp. Okay. Arithmetic.html. Okay, this is displayed. Now we have to enter first number, we have to enter second number, we have to click submit button. Then JSP executed. Now first try this one. So whenever you click submit button, arithmetic.jsp, whenever you click submit button, arithmetic.jsp executed. Here, what is first, what is second? Request parameter names. Okay. When you click submit button, arithmetic.jsp executed. That will receive. First number, second number received. Is it over? This is HTML program. It is HTML program. Now we are write arithmetic.jsp. Is it completed? Next. Online students, write the notes, end of the session and clarify your doubts. So first number displayed, whatever you type, that value is request parameter value. This is request parameter name. Again, second number displayed, whatever you type, that is your value. It is request parameter name. When you click submit button, it is going to be executed. Here we have to receive these two. Reset. All fields data erased. Now right click, new JSP. Arithmetic.jsp. Next. Finish. Here, this is automatically generated, you observe. Okay. This is we can use now. Page directive we are using. Okay. Now, still, I didn't explain about content type. Okay. Now, okay, otherwise, myself I'll write. Now, here, BG color, red, text, yellow, level 1 heading. Now, we have to receive the data. How to receive data? Get parameter. What is the return type? String S1 equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter name first. Next, S2 equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter name second. We have to convert into integers. Percent. Int x equal to integer dot percent. S1. Next, int y equal to integer dot percent. S2. Okay. Integer z equal to x by y. I want to display. How to display? Out dot println output plus z. This total code, which element we have to write? Scriptlet or declaration or expression? What do you write? Scriptlet. So I'll start the scriptlet here. I'll close the scriptlet here. You can write no? Now, if this program executed, now still I didn't write error.jsp. Up to here, what will happen? See. Right click, run on server, save. Here, arithmetic.html. Now, I'll enter 10. I'll enter 5. 10 by 5, 2. See, output 2. It's okay. Back. 10, 0. What will happen? Arithmetic exception. But what is happening? See, like this error coming. Arithmetic exception. Okay. Now, for this one, I'll write like this. Here, what I'll do now. Here, page directive, I'll write page here, error page. Error page equal to error.jsp. Okay. Now, it is page directive. Now, is it error page or task page? It is task page. Is error page attribute is not required, because is error page attribute by default true will be there or false will be there? False. Is error page false? False is default. Is it error page? No, false. False is default. That's what no need to write. But which error page you want to execute. That is your right. This is I'm going to execute. If exception occurs, this program should execute. That is my task. Now if I run, what will happen? See, arithmetic.html. 10, 0. If I click submit, but what you are getting here, page not found you are getting. But that means that program executed now. Control pass it to error.jsp program now. But exception not displayed. Control pass it to error.jsp. Now I'll write error.jsp now. New JSP. Error.jsp. Next. Finish. Here. See. Here I'll write page. Is it error page? Yes. Is error page equal to true? Because it's error page. Now you can display. Now please pass second number x sub 0. Okay, like this one message. Please pass second number x sub 0. Now this message displayed. Run on server. If I enter 10, if I enter 0, if I click submit button, please pass second number x sub 0. Now, what I want is this message should display. Again, that HTML should display. Arithmetic.html. That is possible. In Solids is studied. Which concept we used? Including. But till I didn't explain including, that is directives. Next concept. Okay. Present you write this one. Arithmetic.jsp. That is solid including concept. Here JSP including also is there. It is arithmetic.jsp. So if it is executed successfully, then this program is not executed. In this program, if exception occurs, then error.jsp executed. Here, first request parameter received, second request parameter received, but both are received like a string format only. That's what I changed it to integer format. After that, division operation output. Is it over? Next node on error.jsp. Next error.jsp. Write this one. Error.jsp. Over. Say node on in the above example. In the above example, error.jsp program executed whenever exception occurs in arithmetic.jsp. In the above example, error.jsp program executed whenever exception occurs in arithmetic.jsp. In the above example, error.jsp program executed whenever exception occurs in arithmetic.jsp. Is it error program? Yes, that's what is error page equal to true. It is only for error message purpose I written. Okay. Suppose 100 programs are there. 100 JSP programs are there. 100 JSPs, if any problem occurred, one message you want to display. That is, you can write one separate error.jsp. In all the pages, that URL you can write. In any program exception occurred, one message temporarily out of service unavailable, this type of message. What you can do, one JSP program you can write. In 100 pages, same URL you can write. In any JSP problem occurred, control comes here, this message displayed. Like that you can write. Okay. Here you have seen how many attributes you have seen in page directive? 6. 6, no? First one, language. Language equal to Java. If I write any effect will be there? No, because by default Java. Now whether you write or not, it is language equal to Java. Okay. Second attribute, what is it? Import. Import equal to java.lang.star. Now, any effect will be there? No, because that package default package. Okay. Now, next buffer. Buffer equal to suppose 8 KB. Okay, buffer 8 KB. Default value 8 KB. It is showing you observe 8 KB default value. Okay. Now, suppose if you want 16 KB, you can write. Okay, default auto flush true. By default, true will be there. No need to write. 8 KB. See, language equal to Java. It is no need to write. By default, Java only. Import java.lang.star. It is default imported. No need to write. Buffer equal to 16 KB. By default, 8 KB is there. If you want to change, you write. Auto flush true. By default, true will be there. If you want to false, you can write. Auto flush means first what will happen? Now I written 16 KB. 16 KB memory allocated in RAM. 16 KB allocated. In that 16 KB data, if it is received from database, then 16 KB. Once if 16 KB filled, automatically flushed. Again 16 KB. Like this, automatically flushed. That is. Here is error page equal to false. By default, false only, no. That is no need to write. Okay. So language equal to Java. Present not required. In future, if JSP supports any other language, in that situation required. Import equal to import attribute required. Further, if you import any other 4 packages are implicitly, but remaining you have to import. Then required. Buffer by default 8 KB will be there. That is enough. Like if you want to increase, decrease, then go for that one. Auto flush, we don't record actually. Automatically flushing only required always. Is error page by default false only. This is we don't record. Okay, this is all you can write. If you write also works. So total how many attributes completed? 6. Next, 7th. So still you are learning attributes of page directive. Attributes of page directive. Now still you are learning attributes only. 7th one. 7th one, content type. MIME type. It is used to specify MIME type. What is MIME full form? MIME stands for multi-purpose internet mail extensions. MIME stands for multi-purpose internet mail extensions. It shows the content type. It is used by browser and server to identify the content. Which is default MIME type? Text by HTML. Default MIME type is text by HTML. Default MIME type is text by HTML. If you want to set the MIME type in solids, which method we use it? That method in which interface? Solids we use it in this program. MIME type solid basics. Starting basics I explained. Which method we use it? Set content type. That method in which interface? Solid response. Solid response. Because server will send to browser to identify response. So you have seen set content type method of solid response. That is solids in HTML in a JSP. This attribute you can write with this attribute. Is it over? See, suppose here right click new JSP. So MIME JSP. I'll write. Here see automatically text by HTML came no. That is by default generated. You observe language equal to Java, content type, character. This is encoding format. These all by default generated. Now what I'll do is this HTML also I'll remove now. Page directive. Content type. I want to display an Excel sheet. What do you write? Application by VNDMS Excel. This I taught in solid programming. I don't know. List of my given result. That is we cannot remember. We have to see the Google because thousands of websites are there. So many softwares are there. Okay. After this, you can write. Say out.println. Suppose welcome. This message now it will display Excel sheet. Now this message will display an Excel sheet. See. Right click. Run as server. Save. Say main.jsp. Here automatically came here. Not displayed. This browser is not recognized. 1 minute. Okay, I'll change the browser. I'll go to Eclipse browser. Right click. Run on server. MIME.jsp. See, browser recognized. That browser not recognized. Say Excel sheet. Open. Now it will display an Excel sheet. See, welcome. So like this we can do. Okay, like this we can set MIME type. This is the MIME type concept. Write this one. Example. So solid different, JSP different writing program. Here we are using attribute. There we are using method. Set content type method of solid response. Total 10 attributes are there. 7 completed. Is it over? So here content type equal to these MIME types. Thousands of MIME types are there. While teaching solid site, I given. Just open Google. Just if you type MIME type list in a Google, MIME type list or MIME type something, you can type. You'll get a one site freeformatter.com. In this, many are there. List of MIME types. See here, these are all MIME types. Every software on MIME type is there. Every software. So I written Excel, Microsoft Excel in alphabetical order M. Microsoft Excel. See, this is Microsoft Excel. This is a MIME type. Okay. Microsoft Word in alphabetical order. See, Microsoft PowerPoint. Microsoft Word. W. See, Microsoft Word like this they given. Okay. So these all no one can remember. You have to see the software. You have to see the MIME type. You have to write. Whichever software you want, that software MIME type you have to search in Google. That is you have to apply. This is MIME type I specified. 7 attributes completed. Next. 8th. Is EL ignored? Write clearly. E capital, L capital, I capital. Here true or false? It is false is default. False is default. Is EL ignored? True, false. False default. I'll explain what is this. Is EL ignored? True or false? False is default. Is it over? Now, it is used to ignore expression language from JSP. It is used to ignore expression language from JSP. To ignore expression language, use the following code in JSP. Page is EL ignored equal to true, because by default false. Expression language ignored false. Ignored false means it is enabled or disabled. Little confusion would type they given like that. Okay. Now is EL ignored false. By default false. Now expression language ignored false. That means enabled or disabled. That means enabled. Enabled. Because ignored false. It is not ignored. That means enabled. Now ignore true, disabled. Got it? If you want to ignore, if you want to disable this code, you have to write by default enabled. By default enabled. Otherwise, you write without confusion. It indicates web container to disable expression language from JSP. It indicates web container to disable expression language from JSP. Note, by default, expression language enabled in JSP. By default, expression language enabled in JSP. That is next concept. After completion of actions, you will see. Next topic, JSP-EL. Next JSTL. Next MVC, loss reflection API. They are small topics. Just one class only it will take. Okay, JSP-EL 1 class, JSTL 2 classes, like that. MVC 2 classes, like that. Reflection API 1 class, like that. Those are one class, 2 classes. By default, expression language enabled in JSP. So, is EL ignored by default? What is there? False. Ignored false. Ignored false means not ignored. What do you mean? Ignored false. Ignored false means not ignored. Not ignored. That means working. Ignored true means ignored. It doesn't work. Disabled. Okay. By default, expression language works in my program or JSP program. If you want to disable expression language, use this. That is while teaching expression language, I'll show you that attribute. Okay. Next, 9th. Session. True or false? Here true default. Here by default session is created for every JSP. If you want to remove, false, you are right. Okay. Now I'll give session equal to true or false. True is default. True is default. That means session created. Every time created. If you don't want, you can write. Next, write it. By default, session is created in every JSP program. By default, session is created in every JSP program. If the application does not require session, then use the following code in JSP. Page session equal to false. By default, session is created in every JSP program. By default, session is created in every JSP program. If the application doesn't record session, then use the following code in JSP. Say page session equal to false, then session it won't create. If you don't want session, use this. If you want session, you continue. You already studied how many session, how many implicit object references are there in JSP? 9. In that session also is there, no? If you write like this, that is you cannot write. If you write false, then session ID we cannot access. Write it. By writing above statement in JSP, by writing above statement in JSP, implicit session object cannot be used in JSP program. By writing above statement in JSP, implicit session object cannot be used in JSP program. You cannot write. If you write, error comes because it won't create. Then that object you cannot access. I'll show you. So by default session created. If you don't want, write this one. By default session created in every JSP. By default session is created in every JSP program. If the application does not record session, then use the following code in JSP. By writing this statement, implicit session object cannot be used in JSP program. See, is it over? Just see here. Right click, new JSP. Suppose session.jsp. No. See, BG color, something yellow, text red. Say level 1 heading. Now, by default session is created. You can access. See, out.println session dot. The session object directly can access. Already methods you have seen. No? I want this display session ID. Session dot get ID. Then session ID displayed. Out.println session dot get creation time. This all you studied. Get creation time. Time displayed. But time, which format displayed? Time seconds format displayed. That's what new date. Like this you have to pass. But new date. Date class in which package? Page import equal to java.util. So import required here. Okay, import required. See, you have seen get creation time, get last accessed time, get last accessed time. Like this, you can display. Okay, all methods are there, many. Now, session ID, creation time, last access time, I'm displaying these three. You observe. Right click, run as, run on server, save. Session.jsp. See, like if you want to display next line, break, line break, line break, line break. If you want to display some label, you can display session ID, creation time, last accessed time, Is it displayed with HTML or Java JSP? It is HTML. Here displayed with JSP. Okay. See. Run on server. Save. Session.jsp. See, session ID, creation time, last access time. If I refresh, last access time changed, you observe. Creation time as it is there. See, while last access time changing, second changing. Here 25 seconds, here 39. Last access time changed. Okay. Now, by default created. I didn't write anything. You created. If you don't want, session equal to false. Now you cannot access. You are getting 3 errors, you observe. You cannot access. If you don't want, use that. If you want, continue. Now, if you write false, 3 places you are getting error. 3 errors. If you don't write anything, by default, true. It works. Okay. All right, this one. So by default, session created. So here session ID displayed, here creation time displayed, last access time displayed. Beginning session methods also you can call, you can see. If you don't want, then you write false. Session equal to false. Then we should not write these methods. We cannot write, error comes. Your program is not compiled. Okay. Once if you write session equal to false, this session reference we cannot use in the program. Is it completed? 10th attribute. 9 attributes completed, no? 10th one. Is thread safe? True or false? False is default. False is default. Is thread safe? False. False is default. So is thread safe? False. False if you want, no need to write. If you write true, what will happen? I'll show you. Is it over? So true, false, false is default. Example. Page is thread safe equal to true. It indicates web container to implement jakarta.solid. Single thread model interface. It indicates web container to implement single thread model interface. It indicates web container to implement jakarta.solid.single thread model interface in a converted solids. In a converted solid. It indicates web container to implement jakarta.solid.single thread model interface in a converted solid. So if you write is thread safe equal to true, if you write is thread safe equal to true, what will happen? Single thread model interface implemented in solid. Once if the solid implements single thread model interface, it allows one thread at a time. Nothing but by default multi-threading is there. You are making single thread. Then what will happen? One by one requests. So actually this is 99% of the cases it is not required. That's what in solids also I didn't explain. Now write it. By implementing single thread model interface, by implementing single thread model interface in a converted solid, it's nothing but synchronization in core Java. Converted solid, web container allows one thread at a time. By implementing single thread model interface in a converted solid, web container allows one thread at a time. It is equivalent to synchronization concept. It is equivalent to synchronization. So by default, all solid programs are multi-threaded. Say multi-threading code, one line also we didn't write, but inbuilt multi-threading will be there. In core Java, multi-threading you studied. Those are in advanced Java inbuilt. So your application will deploy in server. Your application will deploy in server. Application developed, deployed in server. Now many requests comes this one to access. Now all requests are at a time allowed. But once if you implement this interface, it will not allow. Okay. In solid programs, what you have to do yourself, you have to write implement single thread model. In JSP, what you have to write this attribute you have to write. But single thread model interface does not contain any member, no members. It is marker interface. See, you are not going to do anything. Just implement synchronize. Implements here that single thread model. See, Java P Jakarta dot solid dot single thread model. See, open brace, close brace. Nothing is there. So it is write it. Java dot Jakarta dot solid dot single thread model interface is called as marker interface, comma tag interface, or empty interface, because no members in this interface. Jakarta dot solid dot single thread model interface is called as marker interface, comma tag interface, or empty interface, because no members in this interface. Total 10 attributes completed. Okay. Total how many directives are there? Three. Page directive, include directive, tag directive. Three directives. One directive completed. Okay. Remaining two will see continuation on Monday. Will see continuation. Online students, 1 minute, one by one, I'll clarify your doubts. Tushar, that is Java x.solid.hdp.hdp solid not determines means that is maybe you written Tomcat Java X, maybe version that is depends on Tomcat version. Jakarta will be there. That is you check it out. HDP solid you written here HDP solid you written small letters, but H capital S capital that is you check it out. Abhishek, my Spring Boot class is not there because here they assigned only core Java, advanced Java to me. Other faculties they are taking because they divided to faculties here. I'm teaching core advanced. Spring Boot, you can join other faculty, no need to worry. Srivani, import other than default package. I explained no yesterday syntax also I given. Shubham, yeah, notes I uploaded, you can check it. Vipudat, annotations notes is not there. Okay, I'll check it. I'll share. Other package we can import. It is possible to import. I shown Srivan yesterday given. Yesterday, 4 examples also I given. Syntaxes. Parvesh Gupta, Java X place Jakarta write it because Tomcat 10 if you are using Jakarta required. Anthony, yes, all our majority of attributes are implicitly present, but in interview they'll ask no. That is the reason required. You have to learn. Nokia 4.2. That is you contact admin only. They are conducting written tests. Based on written tests, they'll recruit. They'll give a placement assistance. Ankita, you can join Spring class also, Hibernate also. You can join Selenium also. You can join development security operation. These all you can join. Not all possible now. Lakshmi Kon, yeah, you can join development security operations testing. All you can join. Any other doubts? You will see continuation on Monday.